الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم.
وعليكم السلام.
Alhamdulillah, we've come together today. This is the third event of our Salford New Muslim Group, and inshallah today we have a program which will be I will go through now inshallah. First of all, we will have a recitation of the Quran by Brother Usman. Inshallah, we'll be reciting Surah Al-Fil, and inshallah I will give a translation of that surah. And then we will be having a talk, we'll be having some nasheeds by Noor Muhammad, and following that we will have a talk by Brother Imtiyaz, and at the end then we will have some questions and answers inshallah. The talk will be based on the articles of faith, and Brother Imtiyaz will be starting on the first article of faith, and inshallah there will be some refreshments that we have. So we'll be starting now. Brother Usman will recite Surah Al-Fil inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول صدق الله العظيم.
In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. Seest thou not how the Lord dealt with the companions of the elephant? Did he not make their treacherous plan go astray? And he sent against them flights of birds, striking them with stones and of baked clay. Then did he make them like an empty field of stalks and straw, of which the corn has been eaten up. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks the truth. Now we'll ask the group Noor Muhammad inshallah to come up, and they will give us one or two nasheeds inshallah. Jazakumullah.
Sallallahu ala Muhammad Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam Sallallahu ala Muhammad Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam Sallallahu ala Muhammad Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam Sallallahu إكسير وغالي أنت مصباح الصدور أنت إكسير وغالي أنت مصباح الصدور صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم
يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك
MashaAllah, that was a nasheed by the brothers there about our beloved Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the one who enabled us to take the message from Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. So we thank you for that, JazakumAllah khair. Now I'd like to invite Brother Imtiyaz to come up and give us a talk, inshallah.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm so happy to be here today and see so many brothers and sisters, alhamdulillah. And it's always nice to be in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and hear His name being mentioned, His book being recited, and salawat being sent upon His Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, like we heard from the brothers today. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase them in the beauty of their voices and increase them in singing the praise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I'm not going to talk about any particular article of faith today, but I'm going to talk in general about why we have these articles of faith and do an overview of these articles of faith and locate them. Where do we find them in our life? Where are they in the schemes of the life of an individual, in the life of the Muslim community, and in the life of, we can say, mankind as well? Now, before all that, I have to tell a funny story, as usual. Now, I remember a story of one sheikh who used to come on a Friday and bring piles of notes, 10, 15 papers, A4. And he used to come, make wudu, and then he'd start delivering the khutbah. And the people would start falling asleep. And he'd go on for hours, and you could see a thick pile of paper. And after 10 minutes, you say, oh, it's only done 2 pages. How long is he going to go on for? So 2 young men, they said, what we'll do, when he makes wudu, we'll steal his khutbah from his pocket. Right? So that's what they did. They stole it. He went on normal as Friday. Alhamdulillah, and Ahmed started, and then he was trying to look for his paper. And he couldn't find it. And that was the shortest khutbah that he ever did. Right? And everybody was happy. Next week, they said, why don't we do the same thing? Both boys out of his pocket when he's making wudu. He started again. Alhamdulillah. And then he took off his hat, and on his hat was a new khutbah. Now, this khutbah had been lying in my pocket for a long time, and you didn't have the opportunity to take it from me, so you have to listen to all the pages. We'll put them away. That was a funny joke. Right, now, how can we locate this hadith? First of all, when we say the 6 beliefs, there is a famous hadith. This hadith is called the Hadith of Jibreel. There's another name for it. It's called Al-Sunnah. What does it mean by Al-Sunnah? Al-Qura means the mother of all the villages. What is Al-Qura? What does it mean, Al-Qura? What's the mother of all cities, Islamically?
Mecca.
Mecca. You know, you find hadith literature in Quran is sometimes called Al-Qura, the mother of all villages or cities. And in the same way, this hadith has been called Sunnah. It's the mother of Sunnah of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So there's another name for this hadith. And it's a famous hadith. You find it here. One of his most famous is beginning, I think it's hadith maybe number 5 or number 6. It's in the beginning of these 40 hadith. Now, it starts off by Umar ibn al-Khattab. He's the narrator of this. And he's saying, we were sitting with our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We're just sitting with him and he's talking. Now in those days, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you know, he used to have something like this, what we call a mimbar. And it has 3 steps. On Friday, he would deliver the khutbah from there. But on other occasions, he would just sit on the floor. Right? So that was the common way that most people, they would just sit on the floor. And the Prophet ﷺ maybe teach them something, give them a little talk. And sometimes on a daily basis. So for example, we know after Fajr, the Prophet ﷺ used to sit and just talk to his companions. And this was more of a talk about, we can say, somebody might have had a dream. So the Prophet explains to you that dream. Or it might be funny things they used to do before Islam, funny practices. And they would laugh and joke about the way they used to live before Islam. And sometimes the Prophet ﷺ would just gather his companions and talk about something.